What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again. Last Day on Earth action, and today is the day. Today is the moment of truth to see if Headhunting Arena is the worst event. I'm not going to go as far as to call it that, but we're going to take a look. I have not run here yet. This just queued up for us, just jumping in this evening to do a little recording, and it's back. It's here. We're going to go. Let's head over, and the true test here is if the progress for the reward track reset. I talked about this a couple of times. We did kind of a review video. We talked about the event, and lots of dissatisfaction with this event, which I fully understand and agree with most. Let's just jump in. The big key here is going to be if the progress for the reward track resets or not. If it does, this ain't the way. If it doesn't, there's some hope. There's some life. There is some potential where this might be okay. It puts it into the okay category, not the great category. I still think the last arena is going to end up being better, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I want this to not have reset, and then I think this will be okay. And I think this event will be okay. Folks will be able to take a couple, season or two, work through it, hopefully get through the reward track, and then get to the crates. And then every season after, you come, knock out some crates. The crates were okay. They had some pretty good stuff in it, actually. I don't hate those. That part I didn't mind. It's going to be if this resets or not. So here we go. Woo! Okay. So I had I had a slight feeling that this was not going to reset. And part of it was just I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that didn't make any sense. We were able to only get I think on free to play. I have to remember, this is the first time I'm jumping into it again this season. I want to say I got somewhere like up in here, and I was like, there's no way. So here's the thing. I don't blame Fear. I don't blame them for having to have some things in the game to incentivize monetization. And I know there's a lot of free-to-play players out there. I've had an absolute blast on our free-to-play account. You can play this game free to play, absolutely. But I also try not to get upset that I understand that there are folks out there, even if you're just buying like this, like I think like things like Season Pass, and if you really like some of the cosmetics or whatever, or even to a certain extent, this is probably a hot take for some folks, but some of the storages, not all of them. If they did all of them, it would be money hungry. But a few storages, like the extra recycler, the extra refined furnace and stuff in the shop, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I think I do like the Season Pass. I think it's really good value. And if you've watched the channel for even a few minutes, you know that that type of monetization I'm generally okay with, especially for a game that really is free. There has to be some money coming to the game somehow, outside of ads and stuff. There has to be a little bit of money coming to the game in order for it to continue to get updates and have all of the support that it's had over like 7 years, which is really crazy. And the game has definitely gotten better in that span of time. In the long run, has gotten better from the development cycle. A lot more stuff than we have now, new locations, and certainly we're all hungry for new content, which hopefully again is coming here pretty quickly. But I'm okay with that. However, I'm not okay with events that like don't even let you get close, right? If we would have been talking about, you would have been able to get up into like this like level 25 range, and maybe you needed to spend a little bit of coins to get like the rest of this. I guess I I still really wouldn't have been okay with that if I'm being honest with you, but I would have at least understood that a little bit. But when we were down back in here, and we did it every day on free to play, and I want to say I got somewhere, maybe level 15 I got complete. I'm not sure. You'll see it here in a future video, but I am really happy that this didn't reset. So where do I rank this? I think these rewards are still pretty bad. I hate to say that. I don't hate to say that. They're pretty bad. Springs and a few of the things. To keep in mind, the premise of the arena and headhunting arena was always weapon mods and weapon modification, right? So in the previous one, you were usually rewarded with like springs or factory parts, and then obviously if you were able to complete the whole thing, you got purple mods. That one's still, the old arena is still way better. Still way better. It's not coming back, which is unfortunate. It's not here. We're not gonna see it. This replaced it, and it's unfortunate. But that one was also very hard. That was very hard. On free to play for me, I did not complete that for quite a few seasons, to be honest with you. And for a lot of players, that event, they probably skipped, to be honest with you, because you need to be in a really good spot. You need to have access to a decent stockpile of guns. Didn't have to be anything crazy, but you did need some stockpiles of guns. You need to be a good spot with armor and heals. This one is way more accessible. The way that they're doing the levels is way more accessible. The rewards here are not as good. I would have liked to see this really just be focused on things like springs and gun oil and factory parts and maybe metals, lenses, high-tech components. Like some plastic is fine, you know, and some metals are fine because you use those in a lot. The reason we're getting bolts is because it's for weapon modification. Like, I think people realize that, but at the same time they look at it and they go, I have 300 of these at my base. What do I need bolts for? And I agree with most players. You know, the fact that we only, you know, we got an extremely rare here. We got a purple inspector card. So you got a couple of chances here at extremely rare mods, which is cool. But again, you're not getting here at least until this season, maybe even farther than that, because the amount of points goes up. I don't think these crates were bad. I think the crate is the redeeming quality. The unfortunate part is it's going to take people 2 or 3 seasons of doing this event and, you know, playing every day like you kind of need to do. You have to grind the game to even see these. So it's definitely not as good as the old arena. It's much more accessible. There's pros and cons to both of those. So it is what it is. I do like the fights. I do think the fights are good. I think they're fun. We're gonna absolutely poop on this dissolver. I should have brought the drone. What was I doing? And I think, like, again, if you're well set up, you're not having much trouble with these at all. Like, and that's okay. This is to a certain extent way easier. This is way easier than the last ones. Not to say that those were like extremely hard, but they're just very grindy. They're a huge resource grind. You know, I think it's nice here that if you played last time and you were able to get up to this point, you're able to jump right into the nightmare difficulty. I really don't think the nightmare difficulty is too bad. And we'll just blaze this guy here. Please stop doing that to me. You're dead. So yeah, let me know what you think. Now that the progress is saved, let me know what you think. For many folks, they're not gonna like this event, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame them, because it's grindy. It's very grindy, and the rewards until you get to the top levels are not worth it. That's the worst part. Until you get up to the top levels, the rewards really are not worth it, and that kind of stinks. That's gonna make it feel like a lot bigger of a resource waste than it probably ends up being overall. I really wish also you got. I wish you got more, or I wish you could ad skip this. Like, let me do an ad skip or two to get another fight. Like that seems fine. That, to me, that seems reasonable. Give me an ad skip or two here. If you have Survivor's Path, for instance, you get the ad skips for free. Like, that would be okay. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. You know, we've seen them doing that in a few things, like with Bunker Alpha. You can now use an ad skip to get into the bunker in case you forget the code, which you should never do. Just go to the wiki. But anyways, that would actually be kind of neat. I think that would take a little bit of the edge off for some folks. You know, same thing here. I'd like to see, like, if you're having trouble, give me an ad skip option. Give me one. Give me one ad skip for this. Give me one ad skip for this. And then give me an ad skip or two to do a few additional tries at it. That'd be okay. All right, let's take one of the crates. Let's go to the inbox just to show, in case you didn't see this the last time. So here's the thing, and I'm sorry, it's a little grayed out. We've hit all these. You have the chance to get extremely rare weapon mod blueprints. We opened just a couple of crates last time and didn't get any. The cool part is you can also get weapon mods here at the rare slot, and you get 2 of them, which is okay. So again, I don't mind this. I actually think if you're on the hunt to actually get weapon mods, and you can get to the part where you can get crates, you can essentially get like a crate and a half a day by doing nightmare difficulty. I think it was 100 points, right? I'm gonna say that. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, it's 100 points a day. So you get a crate and a half. If you do 3 at nightmare difficulty, you're getting 50. So by the time this event runs down, this event is way shorter this time, isn't it? Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. What was the last one? 7 days, 6 days? Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. People ain't gonna like it. But here's the cool thing. Free to play. You're gonna have the chance. You can get. I try to be. I try to be a realist, but also I try to you know, I don't, not even ever so slightly. I definitely try to lean towards positives, right? I'm gonna look for the positives in this event, because here's the thing. We have it. It's in the game. It's the new arena. It is what it is. We got to just take it for what it is. Here's the cool part. If you're free to play, you still have the chance to get all the rewards. You still have the chance to get the costumes, you know, this rotting flesh and the backpack, which I think a lot of people really like. So I think that was a big thing. This was a really cool cosmetic reward. You still have the chance to get some extremely rare blueprints. It's unfortunately going to take you a few seasons. It's going to take you a few seasons. So you're going to be able to get a couple levels. You got 3 days to do this. So what? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can essentially get, you know, like a level and a half at the top end. You'll get more than that because these are less. So you'd be able to grind out another maybe 10 levels. Just rough estimate, maybe, without spending any coins. So that should still give you some decent progress. Hopefully, by the time the 3rd season rolls around, you'll be able to have it finished and be into the crates. Once you get to that point, I do think the crates they're okay. They're not bad. These crates are not bad. Especially if you're working weapon mods, or honestly even working like your ATV. Steel will be really helpful for you. I mean, you use iron plates, you're going to use aluminum plates for quite a few things, and then you get a stack of 3 factory parts, springs, lenses, with the chance of getting some additional mods. That's okay. The boss fights are easier, so I think this is going to be less of a resource drain. You could absolutely do these with just melee weapons as well. Most of the fights, I will say that. Most of the fights here, with the exception of probably this one. Yeah. It's not great, guys and gals. But it's not terrible either. This just takes you right to the packs. Yeah. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's not as good as the old one. Is that guy dead in there? He's passed out in there. The fact that the progress stays is the one redeeming factor that they did right. They did a few things right. Again, I'm gonna try to be positive and give credit where credit is due. The fights are really cool. I like the season track progression. The rewards, except the top end rewards. Top end rewards are pretty good. Season track progression, though, I think is a good way to do it. I actually think most of the season events should follow along that season track progression, or do what they do for the new commune, where they give you some stores and you can grab points. I would like to almost see like a meld. Give me the commune style, like 2 reward things that reset, but let me hold my points. Let those accumulate over seasons like this one is doing. I think then there wouldn't be this feeling of like having to use them and not, you know, struggling to like pick the top end rewards. That would actually be pretty cool. So shorter video. I'm happy. I am relieved. I'm not even happy. I'm relieved. I'm relieved that the progress here for this event stayed. You got a couple of days. Jump in. Here's the thing. If you don't like the event, don't play it. If the rewards aren't worth it to you, don't do them. Like, it's as simple as that. There's plenty of other things to do in the game to spend your resources if you feel like they're better. For me, in free-to-play, I'm going to definitely be doing this because things like springs, things like weapon parts, the chance at some very rare, extremely rare weapon mods is important to me. And being able to pick up a blue and a purple police card is good. I do think those are cool rewards. Those are neat. Those will help in some different situations as well. So I'm going to still be knocking it out. But if you don't like the event, save your resources. Go knock out Transport Hub or something that is probably better off for you. And unless you enjoy the fights, that's where I'm going to enjoy this. You know, being at the level I am with my main account here is I actually do like the fights. I think they're pretty fun. You know, the variance that you see from the different bosses is cool. And that will, at least for the time being, probably keep me coming back every day to knock this one out. So always appreciate and would love to hear your thoughts and comments below. If somebody disagrees with you, that's okay. Spell out your point, be friendly about it, and let us know what you think. If you don't like it, like I said, use your resources somewhere else. If you like it, get your rewards. You got a chance to go get some cool stuff, grab those cosmetics. Don't spend any coins on this. I'll just say that flat. Don't spend coins on it unless you have them. Unless you got them from VIP zone or you have them to spare. This, in my opinion, isn't the event to do that. Save that for the seasonal. This is a seasonal event. Save that for the special events, like the Halloween event that's going to be coming up, like the Christmas event that's going to be coming up. Like, I'm just thinking back, Winter of Despair. If I had coins on free to play, we would have been using them, right? That's so much better. The rewards in those, because they truly are time limited and don't come back often. You know, you got the fair that's come back a couple of times, but even that is a good use, in my opinion, of coins, of resources, of rations, because you can get some really fantastic stuff there. So save them for that, unless you are a big baller and a big spender, and or do whatever you want with them, honestly. I'm just trying to throw out some ideas. So if I'm going to get a comment, be like, Doc, I spend my money how I want. And I'll be okay, you can, absolutely. And don't feel bad about it if you do. If you like this and you want to grind it, I spent coins on it, but that was just to see what was in the crates. It was for science, okay? For science. It's always for science. All right, rant over. I'm going to flash some socials. Hopefully you enjoyed. Lots of free-to-play coming up. And another tier list this week. We're on the recording and the editing trend. So another tier list coming to you. We'll see what else I can stir up in the pot with my takes. I look forward to jumping into that. But thanks for checking this one out. Hopefully you enjoyed. Lots more Last Stand on Earth coming to you. And like I said, at this point now, I'm kind of getting a little nervous. I'm hoping we're going to hear something about the new event coming up pretty quickly. That's at least my hope. So thanks for checking it out. Flash some socials, like, comment, subscribe. Help us get to 10K. We're on the road. That's our goal for the end of this year. So time's a ticking. If you're not subscribed, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Likes and comments are great. Whole bunch of playlists, so go check those out. Free to play, Last Day on Earth, which is just a whole collaboration of stuff. We got free to play playlists you can go check out. We have our Wasteland Survival Guide, which is deep dives. So a lot of you have commented about, you know, doing Bunker Bravo and some locations. We do have a bunch of videos posted for those. So might have to just give a scroll through the playlists, but we'll be jumping into some of that stuff in Wasteland Survival Guide, doing the deep dives as well. So be on the lookout for that. More free to play, and just excited to share any news that we happen to get here, hopefully soon. We'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.